Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Black Ramen Podcast. I am going to be your host for this evening, Sleepy Bree.
What's up, people? This is Derby, aka Sexual Chocolate. How is everyone doing today?
Doing fine, thanks. Thanks for talking to me. So, as you can see, if you're watching this on YouTube, we've got a little mini episode here. We are a man down, but that's all right. So, in this little quickie, we are going to be covering Brooklyn Patches and Pin Expo. So, that happened on this past Saturday.
Yeah.
That was the 25th on Memorial Day weekend. And it was a pretty impressive one. So, for those of you who don't know about Patches and Pin Expo, this is almost like a mini convention. Pretty much take Artist Alley, maybe cut the size about in half, and that's what you got from any regular convention. And they have a bunch of these across the US.
Basically, Artist Alley minus posters. That's basically what it comes down to.
Right? So it's little mini conventions. Not just anime stuff, not just comic book stuff, all kinds of, nerd realm type of artists putting out a bunch of patches, a bunch of pins, and then plenty of other type of collectibles. Like you can get your stickers there. You can get some cool t-shirts, hats, their logos, and just meet some local, fandom artists.
They're usually combined with Capcom, at least as far as the New York one goes. I'm not sure how it goes down when they do it in LA and West Orange, California. But as far as New York, it gets combined with Capcom, so obviously you'll find a lot of hats and hat designs there.
Yeah. So how many times have you been to Patches and Pins before? This wasn't your first.
No. So I think they run in New York, at least it seems to happen about twice a year. I usually go to both. You'll usually see me in there for at least 30 minutes to an hour, come in, grab my loot, and rush out.
If you can rush, because I'm not going to lie. Every single one I've been to, there has been a line out the door. So it's almost like a mini indoor bazaar marketplace. A bunch of different stalls, a bunch of different vendors just selling their art. It's very cool, but they did have people waiting outside in the sun for a minute.
Yeah, I mean, but that's always the case, as you said with Patches and Pin. And it's to one issue, their issue with Patches and Pin is their line management is always varying. Some years it's phenomenal, and in some years it just descends into chaos where no one knows what a line means.
Oh no.
This year I can't really say. I was inside, so.
What's this year? But this one in particular was kind of impressive because they got a new venue. These Patches and Pin Expos pop up in all different kind of places over New York. So I feel like, was there one in Harlem? One definitely in Manhattan, close to the water, and this one in Brooklyn. And this venue was so much better than any I had seen before.
Yeah, they usually tend to skew a little smaller. This year it seems they went all out. I don't know if somebody yelled at them because the line was too long and was obstructing businesses. I don't know if they just said, "Hey, we got the money, let's do the thing." Either way, I was happy about it. I, had some leg room. That's always nice. Yeah, good times.
Absolutely. So I enjoyed it. Once you get inside, you can kind of move around, but like I said, if you've ever been to an artist alley at a con, you're going to be waddling a little bit. This one wasn't crazy. You could move, you could get booth to booth. You wouldn't have to wait too long to be able to get right up front of the table to talk to the artist and say what you want to buy. But there were some tight spaces that were difficult to wiggle through. There were a lot of kind of bottlenecks that showed that the layout could have been done better. So you'd go past a few tables, look at some pins, buy some pins, and then you were stuck. There was no way to get out. You just had to kind of wait.
Yeah, there was definitely one spot downstairs where once you went in, that's it. You lived there now. The rest were just, hey, once there's just too many people, there's just too many people. There was really nothing that could have been done. Like, because there was enough room for like 4 people to pass through easily. It's just once a line builds up at a table, that's just gonna crowd. There's
Yeah.
nothing that could be done about that. So, I want to give them credit where credit is due, and that is that the venue was much bigger this year.
It
There was
was
way
much
more
bigger.
space.
Although I do feel bad for some of the vendors. So this venue had a good chunk that was inside, and then a portion of tables that were outside in
It's
this
hot.
not kind of alley-ish presence, but they were outside, no shade. And I don't know if you happened to be in New York on this past Memorial Day weekend. It was very hot for them. I think
Oh.
80s, sun blazing down, sunburn within 2 minutes type of heat. And you can tell some of them were not really expecting that. Because at a
Yeah.
lot of these kind of passion pin expos, you might have a few even bakeries that come, which is very interesting. There's always like 2 or 3 tables selling some kind of cookies or some kind
I
of
don't know
baked
why she
goods.
said it like that. I always partake in the bakeries as well, so
I
had
mean,
some very nice
yeah, you got
cupcakes.
to get stuff, but I just wonder what made them show up to this. Glad they're there. What made them think, you know where I can sell these cupcakes? A Pins Expo.
Hey, nerds get hungry. Last I
Yes,
checked.
yes, they do.
All right.
Actually, hungry thirst wise, this one did something I'd never seen before. Coca Cola, I don't know if they were sponsoring or just had a table or something, but there was a big kind of booth there from Coca Cola, and they were just handing out iced up cans of
That was nice.
Coca
That was
Cola,
very
not just Coke.
convenient, actually.
Yeah, yep. Full of ice. Here's some Coke Zero for the diets. Here's some Diet Coke. Here's some straight up classics. And I was impressed because a lot of people would have been passing out from
Hmm.
waiting in the line outside if they couldn't get in and get a nice cold can.
But yeah, it was a great turnout. I don't know their actual numbers. Only they could answer like how much money they actually made. But as far as I could see, the crowd seemed nice and stacked. It looked like people were shopping. I was spending money, even though I was hurting that weekend. Had a lot of bills come in at the exact same time, but
End of the
I
month.
did what I could. Jesus, it is the end of the month. Yeah.
Yeah, that was the place to put it. What's
Mhm.
that? Okay, so what is something you were glad to have seen?
Uh, I enjoyed, you know, always enjoy some of the classic anime shows. Having stuff. Enjoyed some Rick and Morty stuff. I think I bought one pin from that. That was really cool. Pokemon's always a classic. Um, Interestingly enough, a lot of BBL Drizzy stuff. So that was fun to see. Yeah, I know somebody had it on like their little personal speaker.
I did love that. I love when some of the people running the booths just had their own little speaker system set up. So you walked into the vibe as soon
Hmm.
as you stepped foot inside.
Yeah.
One thing I also loved seeing was all like the non-standard type of fan merch. So like not the pins, not the stickers, not the little like notebooks, but a lot of fashion stuff. So I saw a ton of hats coming. It wasn't even like purely comic stuff, purely anime. Sometimes it was just city vibe type of artists. A lot of real custom shirt designs, clothing designs, leather
Mm.
jackets, like some of the really high
There
end
were a lot
stuff
of
that would let
jackets. Yeah.
you, yeah, give a chance to like just see the artist. You might have bought their stuff online. For the first time, you can walk up to them and say, like, I love your stuff. I just wanted to come to support, to buy something from you directly. Because that is one benefit to going to these kinds of in person events. Technically, for a lot of fan art that we buy, it is not really protected by copyright.
Yeah. So I know if you are a pin collector like myself, or obviously beyond me, because there are some people who go really in way more than I do. You've noticed that, yo, you go on some of these sites and they're locked down, and they're like, yo, you can buy this pin if you get a password from me, and I'll open it up on June 25th at 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. and you can shop then I'm shutting it down. Well, this is a wonderful way to get around that. Why? Because you go straight to the artist, face to face. They'll tell you when they have stuff coming up. They'll give you their websites, all that contact info where you can DM them at. It's good. It's great to get like a list of names. Hey, even if you can't afford anything that day, if you just got the $7 to get in, it's a great place to go if you're starting out. Get some names down, get some sites down, and you just know where to look. See which kind of artists you kind of like, what you kind of vibe with, and once you follow some, the algorithm on Instagram and TikTok will do the rest for you and just start pushing some more at you.
That's a good way to put it. This is kind of the mole popping its head out of the hole, so to speak. In case you're not sure where to get started, if you want to get into fan art and stuff, these kind of in-person events are pretty darn helpful. Because honestly, the whole fan merch circuit is kind of an underground scene, and it should be. Like I said, a lot of the stuff does, if we're getting, strictly down to the details, horribly violate copyright and intellectual property. Because a lot of times you're making it based off of other people's characters, other people's work. But don't think I'm shaming fan merchandise. I'm
Not
celebrating it because it is this amazing, right? We all love it. There's this amazing symbiotic relationship between fan artists and the stuff that they're kind of supporting. Like in one very clear-cut, easy way, it's free advertising. You don't know a series, but you see this piece of artwork and someone says, oh, it's from this show. Suddenly another fan is born. It draws attention. It keeps it in kind of the fan cultural consciousness. People still talk about it for years and years later. Like, for example, think about Sailor Moon. Before Crystal came out, it had not aired or been known in easily decades. It was on TV ages ago, and yet you can't find a single anime fan or even non-anime fan. You can probably find some non-anime people, but for the most part, everyone knows about Sailor Moon.
Yeah, you've heard
Naruto.
of it.
Everybody knows or heard of Naruto. My mom knows about the ninja runs. So that kind of thing, because an active fan base.
That might have been
the Area 451.
Yeah.
51? 51?
Area 52.
52.
Whichever. Well, that might have been bases. That did hit the news for a bit.
Yo, a ninja run's a ninja run. But that kind of thing, the active fan base, it is these kind of somewhat underground events. People popping up shops for 20 minutes online off of Instagram, slipping each other codes. Here's where you can buy my shit. Here's where you can buy this. That keeps it alive and flourishing. But at the same time, we do absolutely need to respect the rights of original creators. And that's why a lot of creators aren't that big on cracking down with fan work, because a lot of them see and recognize, yo, they're making what? What did they dress up as? What did they buy? What did they paint in watercolors?
Yeah.
Sick. So cool. A lot of artists are really cool about it.
Yeah, not only that, I think a lot of, as far as anime artists anyway, anime and manga artists, they all started off as fans as well. So they was in the trenches with us. That's there. True. They know what they've bought. Why would they not continue to contribute to it? It's like, oh, now I'm going to be the one to lock it down. No. I want people to make doujin of my work. Oh, I can't wait to see.
Exactly. So it's that kind of thing that these events are so good about. And at the end of the day, if you're ever worried, does this take away from the creator? Does it not? Where is that line drawn? In my mind, the line is always how much money you're making. If you're making rent but still just eating ramen every meal, you're probably fine. If you're like
buying a house
making enough to buy a house, you're kind of
like a house in America. All right, yeah,
that's a joke. So that's why a lot of these things will get cracked down when they stick their necks out too far. But if you're just, some small scale fan artist, maybe making a little bit on the side, it's relatively safe. Not necessarily legal, but in a jaywalking's illegal kind of way, not in a murder's illegal kind of way, if that makes sense.
Makes sense to me.
Right?
It makes sense to like a lawyer.
That's why ideally, if you ever want to try your own brand, try to go big scale, try to use logos, this and that, the absolute best thing you can do is try to pursue permissions from the original source. Find out who owns the logo, find out who you can officially collab with. Just send an email. You never know what'll hit. But a lot of times, you might get some. You might get an okay, you might get a green light. So I will officially, on the record, say always at least see if you can collab, if you're trying to do something big. Yeah. Especially like, say, fashion line type of stuff, major logos type of stuff. Because we all remember what happened to, what was it, the Bridgerton unofficial musical?
Yeah.
We might have talked about it before on this podcast.
Yeah, I still listen to those songs now.
Yo, it's good. Separate rooms.
Yeah, they should just paid up.
Yeah,
You know what
so
I
what
mean?
happened
Hey,
was, if you hadn't heard, we all know about Bridgerton. Right now, season 3 is airing.
no,
I
it's
have
not.
not watched it yet because Derby wants to wait till part 2 is out. Blah.
Yeah, that's when season 3 is out. When all of it is out.
So I
Not
haven't
before.
seen it yet, but I'm looking forward to it. But back recently after, was it after season 1 or season 2? It doesn't matter. After some of the earlier
It was
seasons,
one. It was
these
right
folks
after one.
had the genius idea that, hey, let's put this to music and turn it into this incredible musical. The soundtrack is pretty much all available on YouTube if you want to take a look, listen, and it's good.
And
The
Spotify.
singing is
It's good.
impeccable. The songs are catchy. It's an absolute delight. This thing blew up. And these fans of the series are like, yeah, that's awesome. Let's upscale. Let's make it bigger. So what they tried to do is they tried to, I believe, put on an official play production musical, like selling tickets and everything.
And those that own
Meanwhile,
Bridgerton was like, nah, money.
yeah, they said not even the money. They said, "Hey, glad you're fans, glad you're enjoying it. So why don't we make this official and you start sharing all that loot you're dragging in with, our characters, our script, our storyline. Love that you're doing it, but let's make it, the unofficial musical to the official musical." And a deal was not struck.
Yeah.
I don't have the exact details, but the unofficial musical folks were like, "No, we'll just do it on our own." So the official people said, "No, I don't think you should do it at all then. Because you can't just take my shit and make a bag off of it. You can take my shit and make pennies. Again, rent, but still eating ramen. But you're not buying a new Mercedes with my shit."
Yeah. Look,
And
all
that's
that's
what
to
happened.
say is we love fan stuff. Right?
Delighted.
Hey, I hope they Bridgerton people figure it out.
Right? Hey, this is old news as of a while ago, so
Yeah,
that might be
imagine.
updated. Definitely give it a Google. I say definitely give it a listen because it's good. But again, all that's to say, there is a very delicate relationship between spin-off fan works and, the original owners of a property. And, we gotta always try to be respectful, but also, be proud as a fan and recognize that this is stuff that, when done right, also benefits our favorite series. It hugely benefits our community having events like this. It's just, it's so much fun. It's absolute delight. So, Derby, what is your favorite thing you bought?
Oh, there was a blue-eyed samurai patch. Like, yo, I don't even usually buy patches. Like, I know it's patches and pins, but I'm usually just on the pin side of this. But nah, this blue-eyed samurai patch was impeccable, and I think it was like the last one that the artist had. I'm blanking on their name, but
I
I
feel like they
did pick it
always
up.
say that. Did he say that before or after you handed over your card?
Before, so who knows?
Yep. Bet
Right?
10
We
minutes
had
after we left, he
like
pulled out a new one and slapped it on the
right,
wall.
probably. Hey, oh, we found one more. I swear, it's crazy. But either way, it was really cool. There was also a Mob Psycho pin that looks really, really nice. So yeah, those are kind of two of my favorite ones. You?
The same person you got that patch from, they had a really great One Piece hat.
Oh
I've
yeah,
been
they had a
really
few
into like
actually.
looking for hats. I'm still looking for a good pair of like sunglasses. Like I saw some really cool sunglasses made by fans once with the Akatsuki logo, just like the red drifting cloud glasses. Have you seen them?
I
Those
have
are hot.
not, but I know there's like a movement to that Black people need to walk away from the Akatsuki drip.
No, I refuse.
Yeah, that's
No,
basically what's been happening. So
it's
everyone's like, I
too
don't
good.
know.
I know the Demon Slayer, the green and black checkerboard pattern tried to catch
No,
on,
but nah,
become the new fan drip
it's just not
shade
as
or
good.
pattern. No, yeah.
Yeah,
When it comes to fan drip patterns, I have not seen anything that ever beats the black and red Akatsuki clouds.
yeah. I don't think there is one yet.
It's
Maybe
clean,
one day. Maybe one day.
right? I'm trying to think if anything else has come close in terms of just supremely recognizable, smooth, elegant, simple.
That feels like you could wear it anywhere. That's the thing.
Yeah.
That's the bit that I think they have a hard time with. Because
Right?
everything else
Walking
is
down the
like,
street, a non-anime person has to take a look and say, "Ooh, that's nice."
oh, wonder what that is.
All right.
Yeah, I don't know.
Anything?
Nah, not off the top of my head. But then again,
Yeah,
I'm
no.
trash at fashion, so who knows?
But
Somebody might
yeah.
come out and be like, "Yo, Bleach did it." Sure, maybe.
Dang, I don't even think I finished saying what I got. So as I was halfway through saying, sorry to leave you on the line like this, folks. I'm sure you're very curious about what I'm very excited to have bought. From the same person that sold his Blue-Eyed Samurai patch, I got this cool, I love it, hat with the 4 Yonko. Like
The current
it's
ones.
not a baseball hat. What's it called?
Snapback.
Snapback.
It's a baseball
I'm
hat.
sorry. Snapback. I got this very neat little snapback, as you say, with the 4 Yonko on it. So that's Luffy, Buggy the Clown,
Correct.
Blackbeard, and Shanks, all in a patch right on the front. So I can't wait to start wearing it out. It's very cool. I'm excited about it. But yeah, I just love this growth in fashion type merchandise. Again, the jackets, the bonnets, the hats, glasses, pants, t-shirts.
Mm-hmm.
It's a great trend I'm seeing, and I love it. So that's
Yeah.
the absolute favorite thing I bought. I'm still on a super sticker kick. There weren't as many stickers as I hoped. I'd say if you're an artist listening to this podcast right now and you're going to have a booth or sell some stuff, anything you have a pattern or a pin of,
Make a sticker.
make a few stickers for. Stickers are relatively cheap to make. You can print out a few, sell them for like $1 each.
Yeah.
Nice and cheap, and it's just some free extra money.
Yeah, because even if I'm running out of money, like if I see a cool pen and I'm like, damn, I can't afford this pen, but you have the sticker of it, I might just get the sticker.
Instantly.
That's at least a few more of my dollars out of my pocket into yours.
Right.
We're just trying to help you take our money.
And for anyone who is like me, going to these kinds of conventions and expos and meetups with very few dollars in your wallet, consider switching over your collections to sticker collections. A lot of times when these people do put out pins, they have the sticker version. Pin, $50. Sticker, $3.50. You can get so
both.
much sticker merch. You're going to get both.
Why not both?
Because I said for the broke ones of us, young master.
So both. I heard you.
I'm too poor for this. And I'm even more poor after this Patches and Pins Expo.
Yeah. It's going to be a rough week.
We won't worry about it. Again, you're not as broke as if you had gone to a full-size con. So this is a great little mini con. If you're also not sure if you want to try a full-on, $50 Anime NYC, Boston Anime Con, Los Angeles Anime Expo ticket, consider one of these. Check to see if there's a Patches and Pins Expo in your area. The tickets are super cheap, like what, $7-8 to get in?
Yeah.
Oh, and all this, it's a little place. Go shop around a little bit, see what kind of things people are putting together. I highly recommend it.
They usually have a good variety and snacks, as we told you. They also have snacks.
And some weed tables, depending on weed, if weed is legal in your area.
I did see some edible tables. I don't know if they were actually selling edibles there or if they just were promoting that they run an edible shop.
What had me confused is I could never tell the edible tables separate from the bakery tables. So every bakery table I looked at, it would take me a few minutes to verify. Are these charged? Are these have a little something extra in them? Is this a brownie or is it a brownie?
Exactly. Yes is the
answer. So yeah, if you're planning on driving to or from, just double check that before you buy some baked goods.
Yeah.
Other than that, yeah, I'd say this one was an excellently done Patches and Pins Expo. I look forward to the next one.
Yep. Which probably October-ish is my guess. It's usually where it is, like April, May, or October, November.
All right, and hopefully Chatty Patty will be able to join us for that one. Any
nice.
final words before we sign off on this mini episode?
No, that's it. Give the artist your money. We always say this.
All right.
Not your money anymore.
Stay tuned to Black Ramen. As a reminder, we do have an anime trivia book available on Amazon. That's it. And I'm sure you know where to listen to us if you're already listening right now. So take care. Soon up in our next few episodes, we'll probably give you a recap of the spring 2024 anime season. We will talk to you later.
Peace.